Poland is denying the racism allegation that they have been facing from South African authorities as well as other African nations. They are saying that this had nothing to do with race and it has everything to do with protocol. It's hard to believe it when they're making two different statements. So the story we're talking about today is about the standoff that happened at Warsaw's Chopin Airport. About 120 people were stuck on that plane who were all on their way to a peace summit in Ukraine. This plane was holding South Africa's Cyril Ramaphosa's presidential security team, which means President Cyril Ramaphosa had to travel without his security. This is the president of a whole country. But Poland did not seem to care who he was and what kind of risk they are putting him under. They did not care. They held that plane for 24 hours. Just imagine that. And clearly, Ramaphosa's team were not happy about it. For example, the head of security, Ma Jen, said, quote, "They are delaying us. They are putting the life of our president in jeopardy. We could have been in Kiev by now, and this is all they are doing. I want guys to see how racist they are."
It was strip search. It never happened that we have strip searched anyone with a diplomatic passport just to get us out of here. Right? Now they say we don't have permits. We have permits. The only difference is now they say we can't bring a copy of a permit. We must bring the original. Now some of us have original permits. Right? The embassy here printed permits because I thought it's not necessary to have the originals here. Right? Now all of a sudden we must have originals. They are delaying us, right? They're putting out the life of our president in jeopardy because we could have been in Kiev this afternoon already, right? And this is what they are doing. And I want you guys to see this, right? How racist they are. When we started to open the packages, right? They wanted to rush, right? To confiscate our firearms. That's why we had to put it back.
They even lied to say that they negotiated with the crew for 11 hours, which they didn't. That's the issues that we are dealing with. And I've told to call our media so that our media can see, so that they are here, so that we don't read stories from home of how we're wasting state's money. We didn't waste state money. We was sabotaged while we were here. Thank you.
After he made this speech, Poland came out and they said it has nothing to do with racism and they're not racist. The first statement they made was there are some people on board in that plane that don't have proper documentation to allow them into the country. That was their first claim. And then the second time around, what they said was it's because some of his security teams did not have authorization for their guns, hence why they did not allow them in. Just imagine this. Two different stories in the first place. And secondly, this is a whole president we're talking about. There's no way of expediting the process. If this was another leader outside of Africa, would you have done the same thing? Would you have said the same thing? I highly doubt it, considering how many leaders travel with their security teams, which are armed because that's their job. They are armed because they need to protect the person that they are following around. But they didn't seem to care that Ramaphosa will need his security team with him. Thankfully, nothing happened to him. He traveled to where he's supposed to without his team, and it showed how much the Poland authorities did not care about this man's safety. But some people might argue that Ramaphosa had no business being there in the first place because there are so many things that can be done on the continent of Africa instead of traveling all the way to Europe to solve or fix somebody else's war. That's some of the comments I've seen floating around. But anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.